And welcome back to Simple Rockets 2. On to the final challenge. I'm going to try this just the once. Okay, it's quite substantial. So the final challenge is Satellite Rendezvous. Build a rocket, launch from Droo, and rendezvous with the satellite already in orbit. This is an extremely challenging endeavour and is far harder than lunar landing. Okay, so got already in orbit. We need to rendezvous, not actually dock with it. Docking isn't actually stipulated, but we'll include a docking port just in case. Okay, let's enter the design window and put something together. Okay, so this is the Vostok or Voskhod style spacecraft using the VROS orbital module. And I put together a tank. We've got some RCS. There are two types of RCS you can actually choose from. This is a single RCS module. You'd have to have about 1, 2, 3. You have about 4 of those on. That would increase the part count. Still quite useful if you want to do linear only, as up, down, left, and right. But these ones, just here, these are multi-directional. So you just have to fit one, and you've got all directions covered with just a single nozzle. So I thought that would be better. So I've got the 4 solar panels. Just there. Hopefully they've got enough electric power. We've got the light on the top, or at the front, as it will be. Now I've included the docking port, as I said, outside. I'm not sure whether it just means rendezvous or also dock. So I've got the 2 parachutes either side. Because once you fit the parachute, you can't put anything on top. And obviously, having the parachute above the docking module means the docking module won't actually work. Okay, so we've got monoprop in this tank. Shows you. Yep, that's fine. So we've got enough fuel for the RCS. And we've got Methalox running on the SPS, which is a Pixie engine again. As far as I could push it into being vacuum efficient. Gives us 9 points. So the best part of 10 minutes worth of runtime. Very low TWR. But you don't need a lot. Not once you're in orbit. Okay, so I'm going to put the booster together. And then I'm going to show you that. What I've done. It's an R7 style booster. Well, it has to be, because it's a Soviet style spacecraft. And then we'll head out and test it. Okay, so this is the R7 style booster. Can't quite get it to look exactly the same. So we've got the liquid boost on the outside. We've got 4 of those. They run till about 60 seconds before the core stage runs out of fuel. So these will go about 60 seconds before this first stage in the core stage section here runs out of fuel. Then the second stage takes over. Now, the only issue with this mission, firstly, as I said, I don't know what it means rendezvous and also dock. It just says rendezvous. It says rendezvous. But there's also no information as to where the spacecraft is that we need to rendezvous and possibly dock with. So what we're going to do, we're going to head into orbit, circle us at about 120 kilometers by 120 kilometers, and then we're going to take a look and see where the spacecraft is itself, as in where the satellite, wherever it is we need to dock with. Okay, here we go. We've got a 2-stage ignition. First space bar, the internal or inside core stage will ignite. Second space bar will ignite the liquid boost and lift us off. Okay, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, core stage. Okay, liquid booster's gone. 42 seconds remaining. 95 kilometers. seconds. Okay, 1:11, so it's 1:12 now. Almost 2 minutes. Throttle back. Okay, we don't want to lose any energy. So carry an accelerator at about, if it lets me, 30% throttle. Danger is you can tap the wrong circle and knock your heading off. We got a pretty short burn time. It's only about 60 seconds or so on this second stage anyway. But it's got a lot of power. Okay, don't let that apoapsis go too high. So it's about 127. We'll take it as if it's circularized the satellite that we're heading for. So 127 by 127 or so. So we need to be underneath that to catch it up. Try about that a little bit. 15 degrees. Coming down to about 50 seconds. Got 31 seconds worth of burn time at full throttle. Okay, starting to come back a little bit. No, I didn't want to do that. Don't want it to run away. Okay, just about there. Perfect. 110.6 by 110.2. Okay, so we'll catch up with the satellite, I would say pretty quickly. It'll take a few orbits, take a number of hours, but if you try and do it any faster, we'll be able to come in too quickly and have enough time to brake. So I think 0.1, it's not too bad. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any relevant velocity indicator. So I think obviously we've got orbit there, and we've got target there. So our closure speed is just over 1 kilometre a second according to this, which you wouldn't see here. So it's 1016 metres per second. That's a relative velocity. It's got a lot. I'm assuming this is relative to the target. So we've got target relative velocity prograde. We've got retrograde. We've got lock to the target and anti-target. So point directly towards it or away from it. Don't seem to be too far away. Okay, so let's wind it forward, shall we? Again, there's no indication as to what distance we are from the target in this view. Yep, so 330, so about there. Okay, let's go back to normal speed. Okay, so there we've got 260, 265. So if we go around... It's not going to tell us anything about afterwards. After we pass our own position, obviously it'll reset the clock. But we seem to be closing at a decent rate, so I think we'll carry on. Obviously both our periapsis and apoapsis are below the target. Okay, I think we'll switch back to orbit. Okay, so we are still heading towards it, but only slowly. It's 46 kilometers. So I think what we'll do, we'll go prograde. Okay, so I think we'll push our orbit up to about 125 kilometers at the apoapsis. If it actually lets me do that without messing up the other side of our orbit. Once our periapsis is underneath the 125 kilometers, our apoapsis should be okay to be about 125. But it won't be relative to the target, whereas the target's apoapsis could be completely different to ours, which is where you get some issues. Okay. Yeah, it is rather awkward. Yeah, that's the danger, isn't it? Going too far under. We maybe should have pushed the apoapsis a little bit earlier. Hopefully it's not too bad. Flying through the planet now. Okay. Okay. 6.6 kilometers. Go back to target. And go to retro. I don't know why the RSS are actually firing because I've got them on translation mode only. Let's put the light on. Okay, so we're still closing, or at least we're not, well, relative velocity is 23 meters per second. It might not be heading directly towards it though. Seems to be okay though. Begin the brake maneuver. Then we'll edge our way towards the satellite. Okay, coming on to about 3 meters per second. Coming down to 550 meters. And that is definitely larger than this satellite. So it looks like it's a space station, as I said. And it says dock with satellite. Exactly what I didn't realise that. I didn't notice. It says dock with satellite, so we've got to actually dock it. So good job I did include the a docking port, even though it only says rendezvous. I don't know. Okay, let's see if we can find a docking node, shall we? Okay, so is this one? No, that's a strut. Docking port. Let's give it a second to line up. Get rid of that for now. Okay, now the trick is with any docking maneuver is just to take your time. To align yourself first at a good distance. Seems to be pretty much okay. Seems to be okay on vertical. A little bit too high. That's almost perfect there. I seem to keep rolling off though. It's just over 6 meters. Okay, I think that's about it. So I'll let it pull itself towards the docking port. Okay, so that's that. So it docked. So I can remember, it took about 3 hours. I had about 3 hours, it's about 5 hours, something like that on the clock first of all. So it took about 3 hours. Okay, so that's that. Pretty easy. It's supposed to be harder than the lunar landing challenge, especially the build challenge for the lunar landing, but I found it seems to be pretty easy. The only issue was, as I already mentioned earlier on in the mission, is the fact that it doesn't give you any information as to what your target's approach and periapsis is. That's pretty easy to find out, as we saw. Just let it go overhead, and you can see roughly about what altitude it's at. But you shouldn't really need to do that. It should give you all the information there on this panel when you target an object. Okay, that's the end of the challenges. So next episode will be the start of the Sandbox. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do for a first mission this time. It might be a manned lunar landing. Might be. I haven't quite decided. Might try something a little bit easier, like sending a probe to the nearest planet as opposed to just lunar. Or it might even be a rover. I haven't decided, as I said. Okay, so hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. If you should leave a comment to ask a question, as always, if you have any issues trying to complete any of these challenges, you think I can maybe help you, don't hesitate to leave a question in the comments section, or you can come onto Twitter and ask me there, and I'll try to help as best I can. Okay, so hope to see you next episode. In the meantime, as always, take care. Bye bye.